received the PhD degree in electrical engineering from Pennsylvania State University, USA in 2017. In 2019, he joined NIT Delhi, National Institute of Technology, Delhi, India, where he is currently as an assistant professor in the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. In 2017, he worked with an isotropic system, MD USA, as an RF optical design engineer, where he developed various antennas for satellite communication systems. He received his MTech in RF and microwave engineering from IIT Kharagpur, that is Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, India, in 2006, and Bachelor of Engineering degree is getting from Delhi University, Delhi, India, in 2003. After completing his BE degree, he worked with the Electronics Corporations of India Limited, ECIL, India, for 6 months, then with the Center of the Development Telematics, CDOT, and India from 2006 to 2010. He has published several technical papers in highly ranked journals and referred conference proceedings, including 4 book chapters also. His research interests including the RF circuit design, antenna design, lens design, and the analysis of the frequency selective surfaces. So without wasting much more time from my side, I'm going to directly welcome and invite Dr. Ravi Kumar Arya sir to give the speech on the topic engaging the student in the academic research. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Arendra. And so can we know that what type of students we have, what type of crowd we have, so that I can tweak my basically the content of the lecture according to that?
Definitely, sir. Our faculty members from our college is already present, and at the same time, lots of enthusiastic students are already present because they are try to field about the patent. They are try to write the different conference paper. They are already attend, and some of the students are already present over here. They attend the Manthan or such kind of hackathon project also. So that's why they are too much interested about how they can explain their work to the real world.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. So these students are from bachelor, masters, or PhD also. So what is the main content?
Basically, our college is basically for BTech degree, sir.
BTech. So basically, I made it according to BTech, but I wanted to know that if we want, we can also talk about
some students from diploma. They are enthusiastic. That's why they are also attend over there.
Good. So from my side, because I don't want it to be a lecture on where I have to say only from my side. It would be anytime if you guys feel that okay, you want me to explain something or what experience I had. If I am and if you want me to elaborate on that, you can just stop me in between. So I'm fine with that. Basically, I think the main idea is that we learn from each other, okay, and we try to help the students where we can. So don't hesitate, okay. If you have any questions, raise your hand, or and you can just stop me in between, okay. If you see any questions, maybe students can pose the questions on the chat. And if I'm saying something, just stop me in between.
Yes,
okay?
Sir, definitely.
So it is more like a collaborative talk where we also learn from each other. I also learn from you guys, and students also learn from me.
Okay.
So yeah. So I would start. So I made some presentation like. And just let me know whether so are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir. It's great. Yes.
Okay, good. So let me see if it works fine. Okay, so you are able to see the screen, right? And if I switch, are you able to see the second screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So yeah, so basically I was talking to Professor Samantha Bhattacharya, and last year also we were I was working with him, and then we were talking last year also that okay, we should have some presentation where we can talk to students or interact with them. And this year we thought some days back he told me that okay, we can have some presentation here in your college. So the main topic is that we want to talk about engaging students in the academic research. About myself, I am currently working with the Department of EC NIT Delhi, and mainly from this month, I am moving with the university in China. So basically, I joined there, but they haven't decided the positions. But I'm associated with them. So just to give you some background that what type of background I come from. So I thought, okay, I would just explain a little bit about myself. So I did my bachelor from Delhi Technological University, then my master's from IIT Kharagpur, and then I did my PhD from Pennsylvania State University. So PA is Pennsylvania, MA is like Massachusetts, MD is Maryland. So basically these are the states of the US. So they put it in two letters. So after doing my bachelor and after doing my bachelor, then I worked with ECIL. I haven't written it there, but I worked. Then I went for masters. So only after going to masters, I came to know that uh, how relevant it is that if how relevant it is that not only job, there is also another track that can be followed regarding research. So after my masters, I went into I started to work for Center for Development of Telematics. So this is a company basically from which was started to give the background material for MTNL and BSNL. So it's a Department of Telecom company, Center for Development of Telematics. Even now, basically they have two centers, one in Delhi and one in Bangalore. So I worked with them for 4 years. After that, I thought, okay, that if I have to stay in research, then I should explore more. And then I went for my PhD in Pennsylvania State University in Pennsylvania. So during my PhD, I basically like students have the option of going for internship. So I had internship experience with ANSYS Incorporated. This company is very famous, at least from mechanical side. People would be able to appreciate that they do a lot of work on mechanical side. Mainly they make the simulators. So and in electronics also they have in electromagnetics also they have HFSS software. So are you able to hear me fine, or is the speed is slow, fast? Should I continue like this?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, good. So around 2 years back, I came back to India, and then I started to work with NIT Delhi, and now I am. This month, I started to work with. There's a Changchun University of Science and Technology, and I would be working with one of their lab. So regarding including the students into the main research area, so I thought I would keep some slides that would talk about that, what are the benefits of it, and how we should bring in more students. So the thing is that we have seen that the students' performance on academic tests is linked to their level of motivation and engagement. And many times we see that when students are engaged, they enjoy what they are doing. So the thing is that we have to see whether the students are motivated. And if we look at the motivation, what is motivation? Basically, motivation is students' willingness to work hard to learn course material, even if it does not lead to a better grade. Because sometimes some students are just motivated that okay, they want to increase their grade. But then on research side, we also need to bring them in so that they can understand the subject, they can learn that subject, because learning is important. So we need some motivated students that can come in, and then we also need to keep them engaged, because that is the responsibility of the professor, that whether they are engaged or not. So one is engagement means that one is involved and immersed in an activity. So once we have some students who are motivated and they are ready to engage, then they really enjoy that what they are doing. And uh, uh, after these introductory slides, I would also tell my experience that how me, myself, and some students, basically how we started that culture in NIT Delhi for BTech students, where we got some publication. We also started to go for some. On their own also they were going for hackathons, and then parallelly we also started to go for some competitions. Okay, so this is mainly from the student side. From the professor side, that we see that how they should be engaged. Basically, from student side, we say that okay, they should come to us, and they should be motivated, they should be engaged, and all that. And from teacher side also, if we see, then they mainly that I have seen is that teachers' role in engagement is mainly that we should be there for them. And many times when we talk to students, we see that uh, students are sending emails to professors or they are trying to interact with them. But we see that most of the time professors are also not able to devote the time to them. So from my side, I think first we should be there for them, and then they should also create the learning opportunities so that depending upon students that what they want to work on, that we come up with those projects, or we come out with those the research topic. If we are doing something, then we can include them in that research topics, and they should be stimulating tasks for them. There might be multiple sources so that their curriculum can be enhanced, or whatever they are learning, it can be enhanced, or we can bring in some more relevant topics that would help them in their career goal. Because just now what is happening that we sometimes the curriculum that we have in the universities, that is not updated, and the resources that we need in the labs, that is not there. So there is a lot of mismatch that what industry needs, because I worked in industry also for multiple years, and even now we interact with them, and they also come to us to solve some problems, or sometimes we interact with them that in order to see that what type of students they want to employ. So that interaction also gives that feedback that there's a mismatch that what we are teaching to them and what students are learning and what the industry needs. So all that mismatch is also there. So from I think from the teacher side or the professor side, we should also bring in those opportunities for them so that we can show them, okay, this is what the industry needs now, because we are making them engineers. So we would have to think in such a way that okay, that when you go to the industry, what you need, what type of work you need, and if we can train them in university itself when we are teaching them, that would be really helpful. So first of all, the teacher should be available for them, and we should also create some learning opportunities for them so that it is interesting to them. And then it should be stimulating a task for them so that they get excited about it, they appreciate okay what they are going to do, and they also feel the need that okay, this task would enhance their skills, or it would also increase their employability when they go outside in the industry. And from teacher side, we also need to basically create that environment where students can feel safe. Not only safe, they also they also feel appreciated, because they should recognize okay that whatever time a teacher or professor is spending, they should feel grateful for that. And in order to create that environment where everything happens, from teacher side also that effort needs to be done. And not only that, at least in India, even outside, we see that now the way the things are, that people are coming from different societies, they are coming from different villages, different cities, different backgrounds, like they might from different colors, different religion also. So teachers' job would have to be where we create an environment where students can come together, they can prosper. So from our side, from teacher side also, we would have to create that environment. So what we need is that we need the students, those who are motivated and engaged, And the teacher's job would be to create that environment where if we get some students, then we should be able to give them the environment plus the resources that they need. And now what is happening that uh, with YouTube and all those social media things coming into a picture, there is also a lot of information now. Like I personally feel that if I don't know anything, I don't think that it is a problem with the college now. If I don't know anything, then it's not the problem that okay, my parents did not do anything. They did not provide me the resources that I needed. If I have laptop, if I have internet connection, I think it is the responsibility from my side that I should be able to learn anything. Now, if we look at anywhere we look. See, Nobel laureates, they are presenting their information on YouTube. All the MITs, all the big universities, they are putting everything on YouTube and all that educational platforms where they are sharing everything. Now, even after having all those things, we are not able to get the benefit from that. Then I think it is my problem that I did not understand. I did not want to learn anything. So now it's not only that learning that we should know something. Basically, we should feel also the fun inside that okay, learning to learn, and that is critical, because only then we would be able to lead the students into where we want them to create, we want to give them the environment where they can flourish. So with all that information being there, what we have to do is that what we also have to choose now, and we should know that what to choose, what we have to learn from student side also, and from teacher side also. We have to see that what we want to teach them, and similarly we also have to see that how we have to choose it. That if we choose something, that this is the course content, or this is the programming language that we want students to learn, then why it should be learned. Okay, that sometimes it happens that students come to us and then they talk about okay, in this course we still have that course, in that course we still have that particular language, but once we go for jobs, then nobody is asking that language. Okay, so with time also we need to change that. We also need to change the curriculum, and even on the teacher side, okay, because teacher also has a liberty, okay, that if I have to learn, like let's assume if I have to learn MATLAB, then if I feel that okay, instead of MATLAB I can get better benefits from Python, why not to do that? So, and if somebody is using just MATLAB, and MATLAB is like they need license, then why not to choose Octave? So that liberty is to a professor has that liberty. So all those things, that not only the information that is there on the internet, we also need to know how to choose that, what to choose that. Okay, so now regarding academic research. So this slide I put in order to see that uh, with my experience, what I am seeing. Okay, so what we did that uh, for last around 1 year or something, we started. We started. I started to call some students in order to uh, see whether they can be involved into different projects. I had some projects where I was working with some US universities, some Chinese universities, and I was also working with some UK universities, and we definitely Indian universities. So we had some unsolved problems. So I thought, okay, why not to call some students, so some from BTech, because in NIT we have BTech students, and most of the time masters or PhD students are already taken, and because I just came from US, and I did not have that much time to get a PhD student here. Now I have one PhD student, but at that time I did not have PhD students. So we started to collaborate. We had some Indian universities, some one US university, and some people from China. So we thought, okay, why not to use this platform where we know a lot of people from industry and universities, and see whether we can involve some BTech students. Samantha sir?
Yes, sir.
अच्छा, अगर आप चाहें हिंदी में बोलना है तो मैं हिंदी में बोल सकता हूँ, जैसा स्टूडेंट्स कहेंगे वैसे वैसे बात कर सकते हैं हम लोग।
No issue, sir.
This is fine.
It's good. You can talk in English.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay. So what we did after that is that we called different different students from BTech, and what we saw is that from that talking with those students is that what type of research these students want to do. Okay, so just to give you some insight into that, BTech BE students normally they want to work on machine learning. That's what we learned. That if we want to have some specific, like I am from RF domain, if I want if I want them to learn RF domain related stuff, it would be very difficult. It would take a lot of time first of all for me to train them, and from their side that motivation also, they also lack the motivation. And one of the main reason for them to lack motivation is that they don't have, most of the time either they haven't covered that coursework, or the coursework, the way that it was taught to them, it was not taught in a way where they could use it for industry purposes. Okay. So what I want to show here is that BTech or BE students, they were more inclined towards computer related fields. Other thing that we also saw, that undergraduate students were also talking about funding, or they are, if they want to come for work for professor, they also more inclined towards looking at the internship, where it is a paid internship, where professors should be paying students. And the problem there is that most of the time the students are not educated enough. They don't have the skills that we can utilize, because see, if I have to make money, if I have to give money to students, okay, so practically how it would be, if I have to give money, then I should also be making money from their work, and most of the time they are not skilled, or it takes a lot of time for them to do it, or the other main problem is that the project that we have, they are not inclined to them. So if I have to pay them, then I should also make money from their work. In order to make that money, I should also get some project from the industry. And industry people would want that, okay, whatever they do, that should be useful. And in order to make that useful, normally 2 months internships are not possible. So if a student stays with professor for some longer time, I think that becomes useful. And we also saw that we had some projects that lasted for around 6 months, and there are some projects that are going for around 1 year now. And we are seeing that students are able to accomplish a lot. And in the next slide, I would also tell you that where we stand with that experimentation, where we brought some undergrad, basically bachelor students, to work with us, and what we accomplished with that. So regarding BTech, normally internships they have in mind, and for a professor it is a little bit difficult to have those internships, because it needs a lot of technical skill set from the students. And as we move towards graduate student, basically masters or MTech students or master MS students, there we get a mixture of we get a mixture of where we have some industry project, but the problem is that MTech 2 years are not sufficient, because from the first day itself, students sometimes don't start working with the professor. Other issue that we have seen with MTech students is they are more inclined towards their career goals, And sometime if they have clear gate and all those exams, then they might appear for the gate again, or they might start applying in the masters itself. They would be applying for different jobs, and if they get it, they would just discard their MTech, and that thing happens multiple times. So there, if you have taken some project from some external agency, then it becomes really difficult for the professor, that they would have to do it on their own, or they would have to call some other students who would be starting from the scratch again. So for MTech is like a very sticking position where it might be difficult sometimes to get the project, but we have also seen very motivated students, and they are also getting some publication now, that because their goal was not to stick with industry at MTech level, they wanted to do PhD. So those students who are really motivated, who wanted to do PhD, they were really working hard. And from their experience, we are getting more publication, and we are also getting a lot of research ideas, because they accomplish it, and they also have knowledge of computer science related stuff, because most of the time, at least in RF domain, it is happening that the students who are coming for PhD, they don't have that much flavor of computer science related stuff like artificial intelligence. They are more inclined towards where you use an application, do work on it, you create an antenna, and that antenna you measure it and all that. But they are not more inclined towards computational side or mathematical side, or the computer science, where artificial intelligence can be involved, or mathematical equations can be involved. So there, that part is missing. But in master students, we get that bouquet of students who are inclined towards computer science, and they are also inclined towards industry project, because they think that, okay, if they work hard, they can go to good universities for PhD. So as we move from undergrad to grad to postdoc to doctoral or postdoctoral, because we work with postdoctoral students also. So as we move towards doctoral researcher, so things start become more industry oriented, because what happened that if I have to call some PhD student in some universities, like if you get some funding, it becomes really easy. You can do what you want, and some ideas that you can explore. And there, because industry is using that industry, if you are getting that project from industry, then the employability of the doctoral students is also quite high. So it gives you that benefit that you know that what you are doing would be useful for the students. And as we move towards postdoctoral research, then it is more towards like it's more like industry projects, because then the professor would be taking some industry project, or like government projects, and then they would call some postdoctoral researcher so that they can work on that project. So what we have mainly, so this is a research that can be divided. The research can be divided into mainly into BE or BTech groups, where most of the students are present today. Master students, where they have mostly they go through GATE, or if you are going outside through GRE or TOEFL and all that. And then through PhD, like I did my PhD, and when I went for it, then I had to appear for GRE and TOEFL. Or sometimes postdoctoral researcher, like you did some PhD in one university and you wanted to enhance your skill set, or you want to enhance your employability, that okay, you want to go to industry, or you want to go for teaching type of work, then most of the time that postdoctoral research can also be very helpful. Now, so by doing all this type of work, where we call students to work with us as a professor, or a professor works with a student, basically that where we are working. So what type of benefits students are getting? Okay, because we talked about, okay, that for professor, the benefits are, okay, that if research is done, he or she gets recognition. Then then they also get publication that can be helpful for their career. Then they also get if they are able to show something, then they also go for better funding scenarios where they can go for higher funding from different industry and all that. Basically, it makes your life easier, and in monetary terms also, money wise also, you get a lot. And from student side, if we see that it has to build up the skills. Like when we saw what we did last year, what I did, that I thought, why if we, because I did not have PhD student at that time. I was working with PhD student, but I did not have my own PhD student. And I thought, okay, why not to see whether we are able to able to give the skill set of what the skill set that a third year or fourth year student would need to the first year students. So I called some BTech first year students. I told them that, okay, let's do some project. Okay. During that time, so they were like first year, you can understand, first year students, what type of, most of the time, I think almost 70 or 80% students, they did not know Python. Even if they know a little bit, they did not know how to use it for the real cases, real world cases. So they, first of all, they learned that. Okay. Then they also started to appreciate, because earlier what they were doing, that they were reading in order to cram it, okay, just get the marks. Now when I started to explain them, okay, this is the project, then they started to see it with the new eyes, okay, with the new eyes, that okay, how it should be, how it would be useful for the society or useful for the research. So all that perspective that they had earlier is started to change. Now, not only they were developing their skills, they were also studying in a such a way that we could use that as a data. So they started to collect data. They also learned how to compute it, different algorithms they started to go through, and an analysis of finding and communication of results. So this first bullet point says that. So what we did is that I gave them, okay, just for curiosity, what I told them, okay, let's see that whether we can, if we have a real image, and if we have a fake image, like we have nowadays, somebody posts some fake videos or some fake fake video or real video, then it is difficult to distinguish whether it is a real video or fake video. So I told them, okay, is it possible that looking at the video can we analyze it whether it is fake or real? So the whole process, it took, I think, maybe around 6 months to us, and BTech students really enthusiastic. See, one thing we have seen with BTech students is that they are really enthusiastic. Major problem comes from professor, because they are not patient enough, that they don't have that much time, because it takes a lot of time for them to learn, because they have to jump from that JE type of study to the research type of field. So it takes a lot of time for them, because it takes almost like, in the starting, if they did not know, first of all, they had to learn, okay, what is fake image, what is real image. Okay, they had to see how the video can be disintegrated into different images. So all that work need patience, and most of the time the professor they don't have the time plus the patience, because instead of that, if they do themselves, sometimes they feel that it would be accomplished much easily, or if they have PhD student or master student, they would be doing it in lesser time. So, but overall, I think this work that I had done with BTech students, we saw that not only it enhanced their skills, they were also to recognize that how they have to read the paper, how they have to collect the data, and do the analysis of that data, and then how to present it. So from my side, I told them, okay, you write something, and then I would be standing behind you, and we would see that how we can improve it. So that's what we did. The thing is that by doing all these things, it brings in a lot of positive attitude, habits, intentions, like research ethics, perseverance, and professionalism into students. And we saw that. I also personally saw that their attitude towards researcher changed. Not only that, the attitude towards professor changed. Like the way they came to me first day and now they are working with me after 6 months, that changed. It also helped them to make a team, because I also started to tell them that how important it is for them to work as a team. And I was very happy to see that when we had different groups of students, like we had students, third year students, fourth year student, even student who graduated now, but they are trying for GRE or TOEFL next year. So we had all those different groups. And one thing that I found very interesting with the BTech first year students was that they as a team, they were really good. And basically out of all the groups, I think that first year BTech students, the once they came, they were very punctual first of all. Other third year or fourth year students, we saw that okay, they were coming 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late. They were almost very punctual first year students. And other thing was that because they were due to Corona and all that, so they directly jumped from that ship where they were preparing for JE, and they directly went into that research field. So I think it was also a different type of experience, and we saw that them having different, having positive attitude with habits also, with intention also. Now those first year students, I have seen that they are posting online, that how on YouTube they are making their own videos, they are uploading it there. So all that experience that they had during the research would would be and is basically helping them to create a better content on YouTube. And by doing all this thing, what happened that it's not like okay, we only do the project. Okay, we told like I was telling them, okay, this is the project we have to do. We also have some tertiary talk with them, where we were talking about their career plans. Okay, like sometimes we feel that okay, one student is doing very good, and we want to also guide them. Okay, this is the right path. And like I see, okay, somebody is doing very good mathematical analysis. So why not you go for some company that really does work in that, instead of just going to web development? Because sometimes that happens. Okay, a student is very good in mathematics, but because other students are going into web development, so I also want to go into web development. So that thing also happens. So there, as a professor also, it becomes my responsibility also, that I should be able to guide them in the right path, so that we can utilize their potential where it can be really helpful. So that type of things also happen, that and they also learn. I also learn in the process that okay, what type of career, because the things keep changing. Like in last 3 years, we are seeing how the with Corona thing, that the things are going more and more online. So those things are also changing. They also come back to me and they tell me, okay, this is the career path that I choose, and I think it would be useful for me. So in that way, I also learn. So what we found with this type of engagement is that they had better career preparation, not only for job after BTech, they also had better preparation for postgraduate studies, because that thing happened. That some of the students who were really doing very good, they thought, okay, why not to go for the postgraduate studies or PhDs? So many students are like they are preparing for their GRE or their TOEFL exams, and they are preparing for it. And see, one thing we should understand, that if we are applying for postgraduate studies or PhDs, one student, if they are studying in the same class, okay, one student or another student, what difference we see? Okay, one student might have higher grade than the other student, but there are also other ingredients that you need in your resume. Okay, so now we have some students like who have four, I think by the end of their 4-year degree, they would have 4 or 5 conference paper at least. Apart from that, they would also have one or two journal paper, and they are also appearing for the different competitions. Okay, so all those things that journal paper, conference paper, the experience that you get in writing the paper, in reading the paper, that is very beneficial. And another professor who would be hiring students for the postgraduate studies, they want to see that And if they see that, okay, they have written these papers and all that, they are doing this type of research, and if these students go and appear for an interview before other professors, they would be really successful. So all that content gets added into their resume. So that helps. Apart from that, it also helps like a greater networking opportunities, not only to students, but to professors also. Because if you are doing very good, then we can, let's assume I'm doing something good in machine learning. Even if it is, even if it is not my field, at least I can go and talk to somebody who is very good in that field, and internationally also, and tell them, okay, this is a student, and for student it becomes helpful that if that professor sees, okay, this is a very good work that that student is doing, then they can directly call them for the postgraduate studies or PhDs, depending upon where that student is. So that also forms a networking. It also gives the opportunity of networking, not only for professor but for students also. And due to corona we could not do that, but I had the intention to even send these students for the conference, okay, so that they could go there, they could present the papers there. Even now we did that last year, like with Professor Samantha Bhattacharya, we had some student who presented their paper. Okay, and I would tell you that how useful it was, that how many papers we got, how many people, how many students we were able to motivate in that way. Okay, I think most of the things I have talked about. It's almost 4:48 now. So uh, this was just a result of the survey, that how it was able to help students. Like they had personal professional gains, like 28% people saw that, and thinking and working like a scientist, these things they saw that. So I think most of the things we already talked about. So okay, this also I talked about, that they had students had greater increase in their ability to carry out research, develop intellectual curiosity, and acquire information independently. These things also happen. Like we wrote some papers on coronavirus, prediction, and then students, they went out, they looked at the website, they were able to see, okay, from where to get the data and all that. So overall it also helped them, that even if I gave them, okay, this is the idea, I tell you, okay, how to do it, which languages you have to use that, which language you have to use, then they went out, they searched for the search for the different website, they found that from where they can get the data, and then they cleaned it up, they presented it in a way where I could understand, and we presented it in a way where the reviews could understand. And then we also presented it in conference and all that. So this whole process basically helped them individually also. And not only that, it also helped them to act as a leader. So what I did that, like BTech students, so I told one of the student, okay, you are basically manager of this group. So that instead of me asking every 6 students, all the 6 students, okay, tell me that will you be coming to this meeting or not, I would just ask that student, okay, because you have been assigned as a manager, so it is your job now, okay, just coordinate with me, and then that person would be coordinating with other six students, five students. So it was helpful for me, for that students also. He saw that, because I personally later on I talked to him. He also saw that he had more like a managerial skills. He could understand that how the team works, how the other members are hesitant or like enthusiastic to work for something. So he also had like a psychological aspect of the working in the team. So that thing we saw. Okay, now at least with the NIT Delhi study, NIT Delhi, what we gained. Okay, so in 2021, October 9 to 11, this is only for BTech students. Okay, PhD and all those students, we had much bigger number here, number of papers and all that. Only I'm talking about BTech students. We won two best paper award. This was conducted with Springer and IETE. We won two best papers award, and these papers, for this, students went there, they presented their paper. Okay, I helped them with putting the data and all that. I looked at the slides. Even I think before the presentation day, till midnight, we were looking at the slides, and I was telling them, okay, that how they should improve, what exactly they have to say, okay, and how they have to say that. All those things, we had that, the whole work done. And we had two papers from that. In 2021, I personally worked with around 50 students. Like they were, because last year, what happened that due to they were not able to go offline for an internship, so they started to work with us. We work with different professors. So I had like mentored around 50 students. And in 2021 itself, with BTech students, I think we got around 10 international conference paper in 2021, just from BTech, okay, that NIT BTech students. And these were papers, some from this IIT conference, then there were also some papers from international IEEE conferences also, like RFID conferences. We also had one paper from Germany, and we also have one paper from Bangladesh. So IEEE, we outside also we had conferences. And what other benefit we got from that? One of the student that was working with me, he got MS admission in France. And not only that, some other student who were working, who were applying for masters. Not only this students also got offer from US, but the other students also got offer from US. Okay, only one of the students joined. Internship wise, we saw that last month, I think maybe this month, one of the student that is working with me continuously, even now he's working, he got a internship from Samsung with 50,000 rupees per month. Okay. And normally when you get internship from these companies, then it also becomes easier to get the pre-placement offer from them. So we would see how it goes with them. We saw that the students who are working with me, they also got on offers from very good companies like Analog Devices and some other companies. Okay, basically today I made this list, so I did not know I did not remember other companies. Apart from that, we also got some international collaboration where we are working with some other professors from different universities. So this is like, okay, we learned and all that, okay, that we talked about that what we are learning. Spiritually also, okay, and that is also important. Okay, this is I'm just showing one Skype message from a student that I got on Wednesday. So he was saying that, okay, sir, are you free? Can we talk about my career? I'm feeling a little bit low today. Sir, please, sir. So it's like if we go by spiritually also, okay, so this student was like, then I told him to call me and we started to talk. The thing is that spiritually also we need to spend some time with student, and that is not only our responsibility, it is our work also, right? That's what we are getting paid for. And if we see, Buddha also says that he says, if being new, as I know, the result of giving and sharing, they would not eat without having given. So basically what Buddha says is that if you know the benefit of giving, that what we should be giving, that we should be giving to others, if you know as much as I know, Buddha says that, then you will never you will never you will never eat alone. Basically, you would also be always be sharing with others. So this is also on spiritual level also, I think that we should be, if we have some knowledge, we should be sharing with others, not only students, with professors also, like we should be collaborating and all that. With that, I thank Department of EC and R&D Cell of Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management for this opportunity. I think I almost ate the whole time, but if you guys have any questions or if you want to talk about anything, we can discuss that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your nice presentations and very informative answer. Definitely enthusiastic one from the point of view that BTech students can also start their research and they can publish that one.
Yes.
I think that will be very much enthusiastic, or that means too much helpful to our student also.
Yeah, so we can talk about that. I would just add one or two things there. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
just
sir.
because I had some experience with that.
Yes, sir.
See, what we saw is that sometimes from the government side, okay, or from the university side, we do not have like measurement setup, we do not have the fabrication setup, okay. So in that scenario, and many universities suffer from that, right? Not every university is IIC or IITs, okay.
Yes,
In that case, we saw that it is easier to move towards the computer science related research, okay, just to add to that. And that was also one of the reasons that why students want to go towards that, because even in NIT Delhi, okay, in other institutes also, sometimes we do not have the lab setups.
Yes,
So
sir.
for BTech students, I think it was helpful to go towards that, and they were also like really enthusiastic about that. And if yeah, okay. So any other question or comment? Because this was the thing is that this is a different topic as compared to what we do as a research. So this is what I could come up with, and I also had experience with students, so I thought okay I would just share that.
Yes, sir. They are just everybody's appreciate you. Everybody
Thank
thanking
you.
you,
Thank you.
and from definitely, sir, it's a really helpful for us that some students definitely are publish their works from our
Yeah.
college
Yeah.
also,
Yeah.
and some students they are trying. You know that one that the research always somebody's. Paper or somebody's articles are published very early and somebody is waiting for the review and they are stuck basically on the review process. So
Hmm.
we have to wait or we have to feel the patience basically.
Yeah,
So
regarding that, I would just add one thing because
yes, sir.
sometimes what happens, students come to me, okay, that we are not getting good professors and all that. Okay. So see, we should understand that like when we were young, okay, even now when we work, so we say that okay, we should get a very good professor. Okay, we want to work for we want to find some professor, okay, who is really good, who is really good. We should also see from the professor side also. Professors are also working, looking for students who are really working, okay, who really want to work. So not only you are searching for them, professors are also searching for some students. And if you think you have that charismatic like fire inside you, then you should go for that. Okay, just talk to somebody. Just send an email. Okay, whatever
Yes, sir.
media, social media you have, just talk to them and see whether they can help you. Even from IITs, anywhere. Okay, just send them. Okay, we want to work with you. The same thing goes for faculty also. Like sometimes we are also hesitant, okay, whether that person would be working with us or not. We should also take that extra step. Only thing is that we would have to put basically work for them. So student wise, I think they should just go ahead. They should learn as much as they can and try to see not only from their university, from other universities also, if they can learn from them.
Okay, sir. One of our students, Rahul Mistry, he is asking the question. Basically, he is interested to do the research in the applied mechanics. So he's asking that one how the process.
Oh, okay. I cannot tell you exactly about applied mechanics, but I would just give you general answer, okay, that how we should go for it. Okay.
Yes.
So, like in my field, what I did, I called some student. I had some. If you are going for applied mechanics, you go for your professor who is related to that field. Okay, just talk to them and see whether they have any. They have first of all whether they have any idea. And most of the times, professors are searching for somebody. Okay, they have some idea, but where are the students?
Yes.
Where are the students? We don't have the students. See, one thing we should understand, we are not finding the students. Did all the problems in the world just go away? No. Right? The problems are still there, but we are not finding those like students. Sometimes we are not finding those professors who can solve them.
Yes.
See, one thing we should remember, Vivekanand said that if you give me some 100 very good, okay, working people, then I can, yeah, young people, I can change the whole India. Okay,
Yes.
with 100 people, he could change that. With us, okay, with crowd of some 500 students, we are still not able to change anything.
Yes, sir.
So
Yeah.
we should be so regarding that applied mechanics. Go to some professor who would be definitely they have some ideas. I never saw any professor saying, okay, he or she does not have any idea, okay, and they have accomplished whatever they have to accomplish. They want to work, but they sometimes they don't have the resources. That is a very big trouble. We don't have the resources because sometimes you have to run on computers and all that. We don't have that. Even with all those things aside, go to professor who is working in your field, talk to them whether they can help you. If they can't help you, go to some other university professor and see whether they can help you. Okay, don't stick there.
Okay,
If they don't help you, go to somewhere else and talk to them. Ask anybody. Even now, see, I'm online on LinkedIn. I hear from any person. Okay, I don't know them. Okay, and even I pose some questions to on LinkedIn. Okay, tell me whether this can be accomplished. See, only thing is, just one quotation regarding that. Confucius says that if you don't know, if you ask a question, you are fool for a minute. Okay, you are fool for that moment only. But if you don't ask that question in your whole life, you would be fool for life. You should understand that. You should understand that if you don't go and approach to them, okay, your whole career would be in uncertain. Okay, think it like that. Okay, go to them, talk to them, and see what they say. If they say no, it would happen that they would say no, they won't talk to you, they won't reply back to you. From your side, you have to put effort. Talk to your professor, see whether they have anything, or talk to other professors. Go and explore. Okay, I think if you take that step, that would be good enough from there.
yes. So anybody have any questions or any queries regarding the research or in the higher studies? You can ask to the sir.
Yeah, wherever I can answer. Yeah, I
If anybody have any queries, please ask to the sir. Okay, sir, from my side, I have a question regarding that because I'm also a PhD aspirant, basically. I'm just submitting my thesis.
Okay.
So suppose we are working in the private company or basically the private organization.
Yeah.
So if we want to continue basically my postdoc basically.
Yeah.
So we have to leave that one, or we are working on a specific company, then we can continue our research over there also.
Okay. See, I would give you one general answer. Okay,
Yes.
one general answer. Okay, because sometimes it can be specific to computer.
Okay, right, sir. Right.
The thing is that if you have something in you, everybody wants you.
Okay.
If you have something in you, everybody wants you. You can get job in China, you can get job in US, you can get job anywhere. Even NASA would be calling you.
Okay.
Only thing is that we should have that fire in us. And most of the time that is lacking in professor as well as students also. Okay, you do something, and what happens that you can get associated with the university, even do postdoc also. There are many people. I know my professor itself. Okay, he is like an honorary professor in 2-3 universities.
Yes, sir.
See, we are missing a part of the professor work, that is industry relation. Most of the time, see, you are doing your job, you are also working with the industry, because industry people also have some problems, right? All the problems are not solved. They also have some problem. They come back to us, they tell us, okay, has to be solved. We solve it, we make money out of that. We make money out of that, we also get something to work on. And that we give as a project to students. We tell them, okay, so students are doing that work. Okay, PhD students are doing that work. Master students are doing that work. BTech students are doing that. And plus we are also getting money from that.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for your information.
So only thing is that now we have to basically do some really good work, get your publication in very good journals.
Yes, sir.
Everybody would want to work with you.
Yes, sir.
Right? Otherwise, why Sumanta sir would call me here, right? He saw that need, right? He saw that need. Okay, why to get benefit from this person? How much benefit we are getting, that's a different thing. But he had that thing, right? So similarly, Sumanta sir also we would be calling somewhere else. Like, not only that gives us a collaboration effort, it also helps us as a human being that, okay, we want to help others, or we know how to get help from others. Okay, there was another question. Okay, Rahul says your practical training in my career. Okay, research from BTech in cosmology. See, I told you that I cannot specifically tell you that what field is. See, that is also responsibility from student side. That is also responsibility. See, professor will not be giving you everything. They would be bringing you till up to like a well, then you should be able to drink that water. So from your side, prepare yourself, look at the YouTube videos, go through some newsletters or something. Okay, talk to some people. Okay, and see what you need there. Once you come to know, then talk to somebody who is expert in that, and they would guide you. If they don't guide, ask somebody else. So I think that is general way of doing the things when you want to go into research.
Right, sir.
Excellent presentation, sir. Thank you.
I hope
Thank you very much, sir, that you have came and joined us and share your expertise and experience. Presently, I am in outside. I am traveling. I am in Ranchi, so that I can talk and give response properly. But sir, now seriously, we are very happy that and heartily welcome you. And I think our students also very benefited through your talk and advice also. And I think in future, some of the students also may contact you, sir.
Yeah, that's fine. See, my name is Ravi Kumar Arya. So LinkedIn.com. If you just search Ravi Kumar Arya, I think it would give you my contact. So I think other Ravi Kumar Aryas are not so active on social medias and all that. So yeah. So Nilay Naskar is raising.
Yes, Nilay, are you want to ask anything to sir? Nilay, unmute yourself and you can ask the question.
So I'm also active on LinkedIn. So for the past 2-3 months, because I was also collaborating with others, and I thought, okay, I would expand my network. So I'm also actively on social media, at least on LinkedIn. So if you have any question, you can just.
Sumanta sir.
Okay, I think yes.
Okay.
I think maybe by mistake sometime the button might.
No.
Okay. Okay. No, Niloy is a student, like somebody.
Okay.
So. Okay.
I think Arindam sir, please. You should share the moment and what of things to it. So.
Yes, thank you very much, sir, for your information. And definitely our students will get benefited from this discussion. And as said, Dr. Sumantu sir is already mentioned about this point that some of our students may contact with you. Definitely that will be helpful for their life, basically.
See, that is our job. So yeah, I would be happy to help.
So thank you very much, sir. Definitely from the College of Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management. This program is basically organized by the Electronics and Communications Engineering Department. At the same time, the R&D cell of this college, Dr. Dipanko Das sir is already present with us. He is basically the coordinator of this R&D cell. And from all of the college, on behalf of our college, we are just one digital memento.
Thank you.
Sir, please accept this token of appreciation.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Please accept this.
So can we wind up here now, or?
Yeah, sir. You can, because one other program in this link I will be going on regarding the IIT platform. We are just forum. We are just want to launch in our college. From that perspective, one presentations after this program are there.
Oh, okay. I will see that. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. See you guys.